What is going on, guys? DBG here, and I just need to make this bit of a video because it's just kind of frustrating. It is frustrating. It's more so the park community and a lot of the kind of competitive guys that I need to make this video because there's two sides to everything. And I personally am going to be talking in this video about why I think that right now NBA 2k21 MyTEAM is the best MyTEAM has felt gameplay wise since NBA 2k16. And I'm being 100% serious with that. I like 19. I think that this next gen is the best. And this is the worst I have been at 2k in a long time. If you guys don't know, I started off NBA 2k21. I think personally 2k21 current gen is the worst. Is the worst gameplay experience I've ever had. It's the most frustrated I've ever been at a video game. I started off that year between unlimited and limited 250-0. Up until the day before the new consoles come out. The only game I lost all year was a game in a competition while playing against someone from the US, so I was playing on delay. The only game I lost, I've lost one game. I haven't lost even since then, so I've lost one out of like 260 games. I'm telling you, the game's terrible. So I'm going to be explaining here, because make 2K fun again, I think is the most ridiculous thing ever. Because the people that are saying make 2K fun, I'm telling you this right now, their logic is, they're like, okay, maybe a brown shirt beat them once out of every 50 games. Maybe a brown shirt scored a few points against them in one of the games. Maybe a dude with a 40 overall 3 made one of every 10 3-pointers. Well, newsflash, that should happen. That should happen. If you've got a 40 rated 3 and you're left wide open, you should probably hit about one out of every 10. Yes, there's all these clips about people greening every single shot with 30 rated 3-pointers. I'm telling you this right now, I've not seen it happen to me. I've played so much of this game. I've never seen anybody green a 3-pointer in game with a 33 rated 3-point shooter. So is it possible? Maybe. Does it happen often? No. But these are the people. The reason is that these people are so annoyed. And I would be, if you're from a competitive standpoint, I can see where they're coming from. They have a logic to it. But their logic will ruin the game for 95% of people. Right now, the way the game is, if you're in park and you have a 60 overall player and you've just started out the game and you say, you know what, I don't want to grind out my career. You're going to get killed. You're going to be bad. But you know what? You might score a few points. You can have fun. You can actually have fun on this game without spending money. Whether that's park or whether that's MyTEAM. Yes, you have an advantage. But you can actually have fun. Like, you better believe, I'm telling you this right now, if I went out with this team right here, I think I'd have a chance. I would lose 100% of games on current gen with these team. And I'm going to explain a little bit why now. Sorry, this is the wrong team. Sorry, this team. I would have a chance with this team. I would lose every game on current gen. This team has some demons, by the way. This team is good. But this team right here, just a bunch of random players. Mismatch of players. And I'm going to explain why I have a chance now. And it's because of the way the game is. It's because of the way the game plays. Like, no longer is SIGs everything. I can't really show it on defense. But back last year, and the start of this year, and 2K18, if I had a guy with quick first step, with like Tyreek Evans does in Hall of Fame, this is how I could play. This is how I could go by anyone with no clamps. If you played against a dude who was a Sapphire or lower, any card in the game, this could be Jimmy Bucket's normal card. Actually, no, he's got silver clamps. Let me just think of a decent player. So let's say Zach LaVine. This is how I go by him. Run the straight line, dunk. And I'm not even kidding. You don't need to do anything. You just have to run a straight line. But now what happens? While, yes, clamps is an advantage. You can like play better defense with clamps and not play defense. But you can't run through bodies anymore. And like, that's one of the things I love. Is that if you're, for example, using let me just say Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver will be not good on defense, but he will be a human being. He will be a human being. Let's not forget that. Like, in previous gens, in the last 2 iterations of this game we have, if you have Kyle Korver, he does not play defense. You can run through his body. You don't need to run around him. You run through his body. And now, you can't run through people's bodies. If you use a bronze card, let me just go with PJ Dozier. PJ Dozier will, okay, green to 3 right there. Slightly late. Excellent green. Okay. he's left wide open. If you leave a player this wide open in the NBA, even if it is PJ Dozier, he's probably going to shoot 50% from 3. If you leave any NBA guard this wide open, they're probably going to shoot 50%. And I'd say if you took 100 shots, and most players with any of these bronzes, yeah, you can see clips of people green. One, it's a kind of slow release, and two, like, yeah, this is shoot around. Like, an NBA guard should be greening 50% of shoot around. Like Bruno Caboclo, when he's in shoot around, can hit 80%. No one's doing that in a game. If you leave me wide open with a bronze guard, if we're on current gen with no hot zones, you will miss 100 shots in a row. Or you will probably miss 100 shots in a row. And I'm not even exaggerating. You will probably miss 100 shots in a row. Maybe make 1 to 2 lucky ones. But you won't green. I don't think it's physically possible to green with certain cards if there's no hot zones. But now, at least, they act like NBA players. Like, these guys can go to the basket. They can dunk when they're open. Is PJ Dozier going to dominate? If you're running with a bunch of bronzes, are you going to win? Probably not. But you know what? If you're using a bunch of bronzes, they're going to feel like NBA players now. Like, if you catch the ball in this range with a bronze, they're going to score. Like, in previous gens, you will miss wide open layups of bronze cards. Since probably NBA 2K, I'm telling you now, 17 bronze cards were usable. Like, I used bronze in 17. I actually used some silvers in 18. So we only got to look on 19, 20, 21, current gen, for when bronze cards became absolutely unusable. Because I was using Marquise Chris. I was using Willie Cauley-Stein bronze in NBA 2K 17 and winning games. So, like, it's not that far back. But, like, they finally act like NBA players. Is he going to be out here breaking down people off the dribble? Not really. Like, again, he still kind of stumbles up, but he's still got low ball control. But you know what? Is he going to be able to run by and get an open dunk? Yes. They will. They can play basketball. Not even can they play basketball. They act like fully developed human beings. Like, they no longer play like 6-year-olds who haven't fully developed their motor skills yet. And that's one of the great things about this, is that, say Kelly Oubre. Say, for example, your favorite player is Kelly Oubre. One thing is annoying when I'm on the S. Look at his hair. His hair is literally glitched right here. You can see Kyle Korver's body through his hair right now. But then when he comes closer to the screen, his hair looks perfectly fine. Like, the game doesn't work in this gen. But you can use a Kelly Oubre. You're fine with him. Like, yeah, is he going to be good? No. Is he going to be able to kind of hit an occasional shot, go by someone, dunk the ball, not play good defense, but be there on the floor? And if you've got a bunch of really great players and Kelly Oubre is your favorite player, will Kelly Oubre be the difference between you winning, make you automatically lose the game? No. And for 90% of people that are watching this that have only played on current gen, let me ask you this. If you put gold Kelly Oubre in your team, does he win or lose? Will you lose the game? Yes. If you put gold, like for example, the big Lonzo Ball fans, if you put gold Lonzo Ball in your team, will you lose the game? Yes. If you put, like, even a Sapphire Bam Adebayo in your team on current gen, will you lose the game? Yes. On this gen, will you be at a disadvantage if you run with these guys in your team? Yes, I will admit that. You will be at a disadvantage. But the disadvantage is so much smaller that it's worth doing. It's actually, you can actually use your favorite players. Also, hot zones and cold zones. In previous gen, you literally can't green from a cold zone. You literally can't green. And in this gen, cold zones and hot zones function like they should. You shoot it's harder to shoot from a cold zone. It doesn't make a difference when you're shooting from a neutral zone, and it's easier to shoot from a hot zone. It doesn't function like it does on current gen, where if you're not in a hot zone, you're just not making the shot. Like Kristaps Porzingis, if you cannot hit a white from outside a hot zone. Like, this functions. And yes, is somebody going to beat you with a weaker team if they're better than you at the game more often now than they could a couple of months ago or in the previous gen? 1,000,000%. Heck, you're going to watch it in my video. It'll be out in about an hour or so. And it's a video that I was talking about the best team in the game. The best team in my team. And I have literally every one of the best cards in the account. Huge shout out to the guy for letting me use his account, by the way. But I have every one of the best cards playing on this gen. And I am telling you, you will be in for a surprise. Because it's a fantastic game. But the dude had a much weaker team than I did. Dude was running Jeff Green. Dude was running Darryl Dawkins. But you know what? He could time his releases to perfection. He knew what he was doing. He knew how to play the game. He knew his strengths and his weaknesses of his cards. And then even like Jeff Green was in the game. Jeff Green, the difference between Jeff Green and say a Dominique Wilkins. Dominique is still better. But the difference is so much smaller on this gen than last gen. You can actually compete with your favorite players. You're going to be at a disadvantage, but you can actually compete. Yes, there are definitely things that, and then at the same time, there's things you can argue are flaws. Like, some people will argue, oh, contact dunks are overpowered. They kind of are, but they aren't at the same time. In part, they're overpowered. If you have, trust me, I've tried to dunk on Ralph Sampson. You can't dunk on Ralph Sampson. You can't get contacts on actual rim protectors. You can get contacts on randoms, but like if they've got a Ralph Sampson, they will block your shot. And also, the one great thing about the overpowered contact animations that nobody mentions, there's not as many BS blocks from behind. Like, yes, the contact dunks maybe need a little bit of a nerf, but I would much rather have the contact dunks get contact dunked on all the time than the BS getting dunked from blocks from behind every single possession. Are the leaners overpowered? To an extent. Like, is it too easy to hit them? Maybe, but you're not winning games shooting leaners. Anyone who's watching me play TTO on stream, where I'm taking leaners on every single shot, I'm losing more often than I'm winning. Is it a viable option to shoot this shot? Yes. Is it a shot that you're going to hit every single time you take it? Is it a shot that you should be going out there looking for a leaner? No, it's not. Is it very easy to green? Yes, but if you miss time, like if you green a shot, it's going in. If you shoot a white, it's probably not going in unless you're using a Steph Curry. But even if you have a low rating and you're good with your players, you can still green. And that's the thing. The funniest thing is that this game does not bail people out. This game literally rewards timing perfectly. Whatever shot it is, this game rewards perfect timing. This game rewards correct decision making. If everything is overpowered, nothing is overpowered. 3-point shooting is overpowered. Dunking is overpowered. Fades are overpowered. Post game is overpowered. You can actually go into the post again this year, and it's defendable. You can defend in the post, and you can score in the post if you're good at the game. This is actually, I hope they don't patch it into oblivion. This is the first time in years there is more than one way of playing the game. There is more than one play. You don't have to dance around screens, but you can if you want. You don't have to rim run, but you can if you want. You don't have to, you can run plays. The defense is, not only, like the defense is better at guarding plays, but you can still run them and get your open looks. And if you can get an open look coming off a screen, even if it's a contest, you're still going to hit that shot like Clay will in real life. There are so many viable ways of playing this game. There are so many viable cards to use. Like I'm telling you, on current gen, if I went out with this team, I'd get spanked by most teams. But on this gen right here, if I'm playing against a dude who's worse than me, I have a chance. On current gen, you can't use any Dame Lillard because of no defense. But you can use Dame here. You can use Kyle Korver. I'm a massive fan of Kyle Korver in real life. He's usable. Does he have weaknesses? Yes. But he has strengths as well. And the fact is that you can no longer run right through. Nick Anderson's a beast on both gens. You can use non-shooting centers. I've played against Dino plenty of times, and he's dominated. I've played against dudes running pick and rolls, dumping it into Daryl Dawkins, and he's dominated. Because now, you can push up on the Blake Griffins of the world, and because no centers have clamps, you can't just run right through the centers anymore. You can actually, these guys are now viable. They're viable. You can play inside, you can dunk. Because of the contact dunks, that Daryl Dawkins is actually usable in this gen. I have yet to play with a card that I felt I will lose the game if I play this card. Like, every one of these cards is, if you go and give me the best team in the game, and you replace, for example, let me see, the best two guard in the game is probably T-Mac or Dr. J. If you, on current gen, replace one of them with a Kyle Korver, it will be very difficult to win that game because the other team will abuse Kyle Korver. On this gen, it's exactly like in real life. If you put Kyle Korver on a T-Mac, T-Mac is going to get the advantage. Yes, T-Mac will beat Kyle Korver, but he's not going to run directly through him and get an open dunk every single time because that's just not how defense works. Heck, I play defense in real life. I could guard a prime T-Mac better than in-game Kyle Korver could guard prime T-Mac on last gen. But players actually play like NBA players without badges. If a player doesn't, people are complaining that people are hitting wide open without badges. What? What? An NBA player can hit a wide open jump shot because they didn't get a random badge attribute that cost a certain amount. People are complaining now that badges are less of an impact. That's a good thing. Players play like NBA players. This is the most fun I have had in 2K in a long time. It is, yes, it is hectic. Yes, there are some ridiculous stuff that happens. Some ridiculous driving dunk animation, ridiculous fadeaway shots go in. People are hitting shots that they maybe shouldn't hit. Bronze cards are hitting a lot of shots. Is it arcadey? Yeah, it is. But you know what? Would you rather that or current gen, where it's big man sits a screen, curry slide, 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 and either speed glitch into a drive to the basket, or if someone gets sucked into a screen, curry slide, bang, limitless 3 every time. Green, white, or red, shot goes in if it's Steph Curry. Would you rather that? Because we have had broken games. 2K20. Behind the back, 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 explosive, and then it became deep hash, running to the rim. The defense can react to deep hash. You can't, like, you can deep hash, but it's nowhere near as effective. You don't get an open 3-pointer every possession off it. Someone will figure out some cheese. 1,000,000%. There will be cheese. There are flaws in the game. But the flaws in the game are the park is choppy. In my team, I have not lost a game yet on this account. I have 4 losses because I keep disconnecting from games. There is the 70% glitch that doesn't start games. You get glitched out of games so much. That needs to be fixed. Is the game perfect? No. But I am telling you this right now. There are small tweaks needed. This game is going to be patched into oblivion. And the people that are complaining are the same ones that complain every year about the same 2K game, and we finally get something different. The same ones that complain about the good old days of 2K 15 to 17. And well, take 17 away. I didn't like 17. I didn't even like 17 at the time. It's 15, 16. The good old days of 2K. I love 15. This is the closest thing we've ever had to that game. Demigods in park. Every single build is viable. Guards are viable. Big men are viable. There's demis. Everyone's viable. Like, people are saying, oh, everyone will make a demigod build. That's true. But if you're really, really good on a play shot, on a play sharp, if you're really good on a sharp, you're still going to be better at shooting than those guys. You're still going to be able to be a demon. Oh, this is just a mini rant about this game because I know it's going to happen. And this is not me complaining about this game. There are problems. This is me saying that 2K, because I know for a fact people in 2K watch my videos. And I also, for those who are like, I'm saying positive about this game, I am the last person that will ever be offered a contract from 2K. There's reasons, but I am literally the last person. In any community, in anyone, doesn't matter how big I am the last person. And who would ever be offered to be assigned 2K creator. I'm the last person. I complain about this game more than anybody else. But I'm telling you this right now. The fact that, what pissed me off was the fact that the hashtag was called Make 2K Fun Again. This game, 2K has not been fun for anyone in years. And we're talking about 2K being fun. This is the closest thing we have to the fun games of 2K 15 and 16. This is the closest thing we have had to those fun games we remember. And you guys want this game to be patched into oblivion. People want this game to be patched into exactly what we hated. 2K21 current gen, 2K20. If you want 2K21 current gen, it's there. Go play on it. We complained about it for 3 months. Finally, maybe because I hated current gen more than probably anyone else in the world. There's finally a game I enjoy. Win, lose, tight game, blowout. I have fun in this game. And man, there's got to be two sides to this. That the biggest content creators are there complaining. There's major problems with the city, but not in the gameplay. Trust me to this. 90% of you guys have not played this game. If there are a bunch of patches that happen that patch this game into turning into current gen, I am telling you, but when you guys pick up this game, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it. And most people that I've been talking to that aren't hardcore players, that aren't competitive players, that are just guys that want to pick up the game and have fun for a few hours, love this game. Maybe the 1% of guys that play this game at a near professional level, that are the sweats of the sweats, that want to play this game all day, every day. Maybe the game isn't great for them. I don't know, because I'm not one of them. But I'm telling you, for the 99%, if 2K patch this game and make it something that is unrecognizable from what it is right now, this game will die. But if they keep it the way it is, you're looking at Twitter, everyone's posting clips of them with these, everyone's posting their crazy highlight clips. Everyone's posting them, making these crazy step back threes, and dunking on everybody, just doing everything. And they're fun. Those highlight clips are being fun. And the only reason that they exist is because the game allows them to do it. It allows them to do it. The game allows you to do fun things. You can do fun things in the game. Is it a great basketball simulation? I don't know, and I don't care. 2K hasn't been a good basketball simulation since probably 2K, not even 2K13 except the Eurostep 3. I can't remember the last time 2K's been a good basketball simulation. If you want it to be a basketball simulation and you want to play offline, I'm telling you, you can. You can and have fun. You can play this game offline. It can be a really fun basketball simulation. 2K online games will never be a simulation of a sport. Just like FIFA isn't a simulation of football, 2K will not be a simulation of basketball. So we just got to get that idea out of everyone's heads. But as a pure, fun online game mode that is not only rewards skill, because if you are good, trust me, if you are good at the game, you're still going to be good. If you are able to green every shot, you are still going to be a demon. Yes, you might lose. Instead of losing 1 out of 100 games, you might lose 3 out of 100 games if you're a god tier player at it. But like, this game is not only reward skill, it rewards skill, it's accessible for people that are not sweats to play. So you could play this game for 2 hours a week and maybe not win a lot of games, but you can have fun and put the ball in the basket. A 60 overall player can score a layup now. You might lose 6 out of 10 games, but you can still have fun and score if you don't have the best team or a juiced up my player. It no longer feels like there's no longer the burden of, I need to have every badge. I need to have all the best cards. There's no longer that burden on anybody, because if you're good, if you're like, you know what, I'm just going to have fun, you're still going to be okay. Like this is the closest thing we've ever had to the fun 2K games of the 2K15-16 era. And it's going to be changed. Rant over. And ironically enough, this is a pro 2K rant. The first one we've ever had on this channel. And who knows? Who knows? There might be a lot more of these. But if I'm telling you, if 2K patch this game and turn it into a repeat of last gen, oh man, there'll be multiple rant videos this year. Because 2K, I know for a fact there are people in 2K that are going to watch this video right now. This is a really fun video game. It might be in an angry tone right now, but this game mode is fun to play. Going into park is fun. I actually enjoyed playing this game for the first time in about, I like 19. First time since I plugged in 2K20, I'm having fun. Please, if you're gonna patch something because make 2K fun again trended, please do not make this game not fun. Do not turn it into the least fun games in history of 20 and 21. Please, devs, if you guys are watching this, do not. 2K has not been fun in years. Just because the hashtag is make 2K fun again, do not take away everything that's fun about this game. Do not take out the accessibility. Do not take out the fact that low-rated players function like actual human beings. Do not take out the fact that you do not need to sweat this game 24/7 to be able to put the ball in the basket, to be able to play this game. Do not change the fact that you are a physical body and not a hologram if you don't have clamps. Do not change the fact that a 90 speed player and a 50 speed player are literally twice as fast. Like if you put a 40 or 50 speed player on the halfway line, a 90 speed player on the end line, and ran to the far end line, it would be close. Even though in real life, there is by no means is any player literally twice as fast as another player. Speed is now relative to real life. There is so much that was done right with this game. There are problems, but so much that's been wrong with the game in previous years has been done right. And especially for this game mode here. Yes, will it kill the competitive scene? Yes. Is the competitive scene more than 0.01% of the people play this mode? Also, yes. Like there'll be a 250k in last gen. It might kill the competitive scene, but man, for the sake of actually making the game enjoyable, you gotta not change too much, 2K. You've gotta not change too much. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.